Okay, next video. I was just on a business trip in Pennsylvania, middle of nowhere, and after my video shoot, I was driving back to Pittsburgh 2 hours, and I drove past a antique store, and I was like, all right, I'll stop by. And I found my first Airline set. I've never had one before. With the green eye tube. This is why I got this set. The green eye tube on the front on a tabletop is really desirable for me for some reason. On-off pot works, tuning knob works, broadcasts in shortwave, and it's all complete. Look how small that chassis is, how cool. Power cable. I have no idea if it's been worked on, but got through security no problem. Some of the TSA guys were interested in it, looking at it, saying how cool it was. But yeah, I mean, you can see size comparison. It's a nice little tabletop. So I want to restore the chassis, and I want to restore the cabinet. So you can see the original finish is flaking off. I think this will turn out real nice. I want to take off these covers right here, polish them up, and I believe it's brass underneath. Get rid of the patina because I like the brass, showing gold. I think that looks good. Place grill cloth, speaker, there's no holes in it. Yeah, and refinish the cabinet. Try to make this look good. So it looks like both electrolytics are still in circuit. That is surprising. But then this is connected to the positive of that capacitor. So what is this, the replacement here? Got 8 microfarad at 450, okay. And then we have a can dome resistor down there. I'll have to check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not many capacitors in here. Very straightforward. All right, let's clean the tubes. Okay, so put in a fuse, replace the electrolytics here. I'm gonna keep these capacitors in here at least for a soft power up and see what we get. New power cable, cloth power cable. So let's bring it up on a Variac.
Newly released CBP Customs and Border Protection data, nearly 530 migrants have been flown into America, into the country as part of the mass arrest of the Harris-Biden regime. What it is, how to combat it. The price is worth it alone for the fight that tells us what we need to do as a nation. Just as we would start to into a store, I would just drop. Hate it. It's just like the most boring place in the world. You hide like under the clothes.
All right. Let's go ahead and replace those other caps.
Final thoughts, 10 seconds each, turn. Gotta get away, man. My life went down.
Yeah, the problem I'm having, I've done a lot of tweaking with the IF cans, and I just can't, there's just way too much gain and a lot of bass.
I think one thing that Georgia really needs to do is start fast.
And the volume control doesn't do anything. The volume stays the exact same. Maybe it gets a little louder towards the high end, but it's not. There's something going on here, which might be the problem also with the gain. So yeah, I'm still troubleshooting that. That is very strange. All right, so I did some more tweaking. I am getting good sound out of it, but got some Coltrane playing. So you see how low I'm playing it on my computer. This volume control is open or just effed up. So it's always on max volume, because it should not be this loud, especially with how low I'm playing it on my computer. So, but the sound is good. That's good. It's because I'm transmitting the signal to around, I think it's like 950, and it sounds good. It's just too loud. So I think we got a bad volume pot. So it's attached to the on-off switch. So I don't know if I'll be able to find an exact replacement, of course, but maybe I'll come up with like a double resistor workaround. So I'll have like, I don't know, 470 on one side, 20K on the other. So it'll be always around mid volume, which I think will be perfect. Let me disconnect the volume pot and mess around with a few resistor measurements for one side of the resistor and the other side of the resistor pot. And let's see what we come up with, because there's no way I'm going to be able to find another replacement potentiometer for this. Okay, so yeah, so the volume pot is open. So I have a Philco contrast knob, which is I think around 800K, or at least that's what it measured at. This one's 1,000,000 ohms. So yeah, you can see now.
Not to change it. I fought through Commission of Fine Arts, federally appointed panel of bureaucrats and academics.
Okay, so we finally have some volume control. Okay, so yeah, that was the issue. Open volume pot. That really sucks. Because
It's exactly what you're saying. This is an extremely
Also, the
subversive act, because what I'm doing
shortwave switch
is
has been
I'm making
deactivated. I don't know why,
monument
but I guess the
that
previous person who
represents
worked on
our
this
country.
said, "Hey, I don't want shortwave. Take it away." So they just got rid of it. Whatever. I only listen to broadcast, or just broadcasting my own music from my phone. So let me think on what to do about this volume pot and how I can go around it, because it has the on-off switch attached to it. So unless I can find an exact replacement, this is going to be a little bit tough to figure out. Okay, so so there's only one. Let me see. How am I gonna word this? The carbon track there is a break in the carbon track. So one side of it is working, the other side is not. So what I did is I put in a 120K resistor on the side that's not broken to the center tap. And since the other side is working, this is completing the circuit. So we are getting some,
Because
so that's the lowest volume. And that's the highest.
Been there 20 years, but weeks per year she would have gotten,
So the lower resistance that I put on this side, we're gonna get more range with the volume pot, which is good. So I'm at 120K right now. I think that should be fine.
And she's gonna put it into a fixed index
We
annuity,
could go lower.
and she's gonna live off safe. You're not gonna do that.
All right. Appreciate you.
But this works. This is a solid
So
workaround.
Kevin, because I tell people to use your name when they go to your dealership. How does it help? I mean, I know all you guys know each other, but what would happen? Like, give me an example of when
Yes,
someone
because I was
comes-
thinking about this last night. About there is a way that I can do this with just tacking in a resistor to cancel out the break in the carbon track, and this works. So actually, let me put in a lower resistor. I'm at 120K. Let me put in like a 50K and see how that's working out. Because I think the lower resistor that I put in is also going to take out how loud the radio is going to go.
Let's end this great show.
Actually, let's keep it at 120K. That's good. Let me tack this in with solder and see how it goes. But this is a solid workaround instead of trying to find a replacement volume pod.
Go to Doug incoming. Hey, Doug.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
I just wanted Kevin's opinion.
Yeah, I can't imagine listening to a radio louder than this. So very solid, guys.
But we're really pleased that she's able to prepare. But she's done it all by herself.
All right, there we go.
Indications that he doesn't
Tacked it in right there.
a major confrontation with his.
See, we got some range now. So that's the lowest. I think that's totally fine for right now.
Representative Jim Clark says she wants lawmakers to pass a bill that would make it a crime to not walk up guns around kids.
If you have your home and you have a child in your home,
Finding your person.
Great memories to treasure.
At the Butler Farm Show venue,
We're actually picking up quite a lot here in my basement.
Real-time information. Rowe has said before important
I mean, we're about
information was
30
also shared
miles
by
outside of
Secret
Atlanta.
Service agents and other law enforcement
we're picking
on
up a
cell
lot,
phone
so that's a great
chains.
sign.
He says the
We'll be looking at her canonization code. It is progressive. It is the hour-long version of They Might Be Saints.
And my makeshift antenna here.
And that's coming up.
Some
on the
alligator
20th
clips.
of September.
We are taking care of someone's most prized possession.
Okay, so I ordered a new 6G5 green eye tube. just because that one's testing a little bit weak and I want it nice and bright. Okay, so I think the 41 output tube is gassy. And watch why I say that.
And we're very proud
See
of
that
it.
blue light?
And only now, see, with paying more for everything we buy
See
in
that
every
blue light
store
in
we
there?
go. But she's gonna fix it on day one. But day one was January 20th, 2021, Bill.
Look at that.
They all do that, and so that just
This 41's fine, this new one.
blatant in your face. In your face.
We'll walk into the White House and.
Alright, so I got a new green eye tube, so it was a 6G5, substituted in a 6E5, which has a little bit more sensitivity, so you can see I'm dialed into the station. Now I'm not, so as the eye tube closes, it gets closer together. I can show you now.
Lavage is at lavage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CD, NAV, AGE.
There you go.
IRS, this message. The IRS came down by sending out hard-stopping letters.
So I've heard the 6E5 has a little bit more sensitivity when it's in substitution for a 6G5. So I believe we are all set to go here. Let's tackle this cabinet. Maybe some water damage at some point, which makes the top darker than the side, possibly, but we'll see. We'll strip the whole finish and then we'll decide on if we need to sand down the top or use some wood bleach. So let's just keep stripping this. First lacquer job. So I got some Mohawk brown mahogany. So we're going to coat the whole thing, and then I have some extra dark walnut that I'm going to come back and do down here, and also some pure black to get right here. But I want to go ahead and get just the base down to see how it looks. Still drying. So I'll do a few coats of this, and then I'll come back with the extra dark walnut and get the trim down here, and then get the black, cover up this front completely, and come back here and spray to get these. Okay, to be honest, I didn't like
how dark the front was. So I just got some lacquer thinner. I want to take off this mask. I just got some lacquer thinner. And I wiped off all the front of the radio just to get it clean again. I couldn't see sort of the design in the veneer anymore, and I didn't like that. So I wiped away pretty much most of the lacquer, and I kept the stripes here, which I do like, and then I kept the rest of it the same. So it still is dark on the top and on the sides, but the darker trim, and then kept those dark as well as in between here. Yeah, it's not my best work, but I think it'll turn out all right. So after the color lacquer is done, I've been putting on, I just did my first coat of just a crystal clear gloss, just to give it a nice, gloss look to it. So I'm going to be doing a few more coats of this. But I like it. I really like this a lot more than what it was before. You can actually see the design now. Okay. Did around 2 to 3 clear coats on top. Or not on top, but on top of the other coats. And I like it. I think it's gonna look pretty nice when I get it all back in the cabinet. But yeah, I like how this turned out, man. I really like that I can see the front now. But the rest is still dark on the sides. It's kind of cool.
7.3 Network.
Here we go.
Welcome back to Retire Ready with David Nicholas, the president and founder of Nicholas Wealth Management. I'm Mark Elliott. Again, remember, you can go to the website to learn more. Retire Ready Plan.
Looking good.
The Retire Ready process gives you direction and clarity on your road to retirement. Income, investment, taxes, health care, long-term care, legacy planning, Social Security, Medicare. So many moving pieces to a retirement strategy. And David and the team are here to help.
Very
learn more
nice.
on the website, retirereadyplan.com. Of course, you can always call them at 678-990-8500.
I love it.
Complimentary. One of the
This is sweet. I mean, this might be a little bit of a quick video, as you can probably see. My next video will probably be on the Koopa Comet for many videos going forward. But I just wanted to, I needed to finish this. I needed to finish a project, get out a video. So yeah, Airline 62256. Very nice. I love how the green eye tube turned out.
important his role.
Actual assassination attempts. They will try anything to stop Trump.
For your good. But if you do wrong, you should be afraid. For he does not bear the sword in vain. For he is the servant of God, talking about the government, an avenger